Many thanks for joining us. And if you're just joining us, this is the press on KAFTAN TV, reaching you live from the nation's capital. Our guests we've just been joined by our guest in the studio, the person that will do justice to some of these headlines I read out to you earlier on. And he is a journalist, a politician, as well as an in-house analyst. So the portfolio is plenty. He goes by the name Oriri Richard. Welcome.
It's my pleasure. Good morning.
Good morning. Many thanks for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
It's good to have you here. How are you? How are you navigating the cost of living crisis?
As a Nigerian, we are used to it. We know how to navigate. Anytime it gets tough to us in Nigeria.
We keep suffering at the same time smiling.
And suffering and smiling is not just something that is about Nigeria alone. It's a global issue presently.
That's true. Okay, now let me ask you this question. So far, so good. How would you assess the performance of this present administration led by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? How will you assess this administration so far?
So far, so good. By May 29th, he will complete 1 year. Okay. And this is the first time he's ascending to this kind of position as president.
That's true.
Not that he has not led before. He has led before as executive governor of Lagos State for 8 good years. And he has managed some other public offices before. And coming in as president of Nigeria, a very large country with a huge population and one of the largest country in the black race. I think the president has not done badly yet. He has not done badly yet. And the proper rating of his administration, I think, should start from maybe 2 years ahead. He will complete 1 year on the 29th of May. But so far, so good. In the economy was so bad early when he took over. But by now, from what we are seeing, dollar has gone down. The exchange of a dollar and naira is normal. It's somehow normal now. The Nigerians are smiling in that direction in our area presently. But if you go to security, we were having a lot of challenges security-wise. And the security is not just about the killings. Not just about the killing. If we are to talk about security in so many dimensions. Exactly. Security of ethnic and religious security, suppression of voice. Then you don't have security in that area too. Let's say journalists being suppressed, then there's no security in that line. That's true. And if we come down to food insecurity as well, we are having all of this within the confines of his administration. But from the past few weeks ago, or few months, I think he's standing up proper, and by the grace of God, things will change.
Yes, talking about insecurity issue, just this morning on the Vanguard newspaper, a report came from UNICEF that over 1,000 student educators are being abducted and killed in Nigeria. Away from that, we also have a Punch newspaper that 16 were killed as Borno bus runs over ISWAP explosive. I mean, this insecurity issue is becoming alarming on a daily basis. What is the way forward to curb or mitigate this social problem? Because indeed it is a social problem.
The internal insecurity we are facing in Nigeria is not a problem that I can say comes from us, but is mostly triggered by the inflow of foreigners into the country, foreigners that are not documented. Nigeria, we have border with Chad, we have border with Cameroon, we have border with Niger, and some of these neighboring countries within the Nigeria boundaries. I think Nigerian government have to do something, the kind of building a strong relationship, strong alliance with this country, with this with the presidents of these neighboring countries. If you go to the outside world, other countries of the world, what they cherish, one of the key elements of their national value is territorial nationalism. It's China, they don't play with it. India, they don't play with it. Territorial nationalism. And we have to take that very seriously. Building relationship with our neighbors. And since that relationship is not strong enough, and that is why you see the inflow of foreigners coming into the country, and some of these foreigners coming into the country, they are not documented. Some of them, they even came in with arms. Inflow of arms is coming from the borderline.
But then what should be done to stop that? What
have to be done is to tighten up the boundary security, especially around the boundary areas. If you talk about you can't just a permission like that from the immigration. But go to this area of Cameroon, Niger area. This area is too porous presently, especially within the northern zone. Going to Adamawa area, if you go to Adamawa zone, they come into the country as, in fact, the way they want. If you go to the far north, they enter into Nigeria the way they want, especially from Chad, into the way they want. So Nigerian Nigerian Immigration Service, and in collaboration with the Interior Ministry, the NCDC, they should join hands, form a very strong combined force. We combine immigration with Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, and all of them, they have to join hands together and see how they will keep down our border area very strong. And if possible, the Minister of Interior should put come up with a policy that will make government release money to the ministry to at least form a kind of fence within that zone. If we have fence especially within the northern area, I think the inflow will be reduced, and all this inflow of arms and light weapons, so small and medium, these light weapons into the country will be reduced. It's too heavy now. And before you see, most of this kidnapping was in the far north, but now they have spread to even almost all part of the country, and they are coming in from this mountain part. So it's a problem. And most of them who have gone to possibly the southern area, the middle belt area, like Bello and other these areas, they will go and recruit other citizens, other Nigerians who find favor, who are pleased in indulging in such acts into the gang. And that is why the whole thing is spreading even to the west. Almost everywhere. No part of the country is safe in terms of kidnapping and hostage taking.
All right, let's move away from the insecurity issue and talk about the incessant skyrocketing of food prices on a daily basis here in Nigeria. You agree with that when you go to the market this morning, the prices of goods you can buy is different from that of the afternoon price, and we also have the evening price. Now, the president is describing himself as the #1 salesperson of the country. With what I've just said now, how well has he fared in this regard, based on your opinion?
Well, the problem is not we can't just push the problem, that blame, to the president alone. We push that blame to all of us as Nigerians. We talk about dollar exchange rate with naira being increased. Now the governor of central bank have done a lot by bringing down the differences. And if we have to talk about like now food, before we buy bread for 450, 400, 350 naira. Now, there's nowhere you go to buy bread that you buy less than 1,500. Some is even 1,800, some 2,000 naira presently. So why have they not why have they not reduced the price of this bread till tomorrow? The problem we're having is that once the price of anything goes up, it never come down. So we are our problem as citizens. We cause most of these problems by ourselves. Some of these food items that they say the price, let's say rice now, 1 mudu of rice in Makurdi, I got a call the other day that a mudu of rice in Makurdi is 2,000 naira.
Wow.
In some places 1,800. So in Abuja here, how will it be? Maybe possibly 2,500 or 3,000 naira a mudu of rice. So it's all over. And these prices, if you go to the local market to buy some of these goods, these food items, and you transport yourself, let's say from Benue State to Abuja here, or from Cross River here, the state to Abuja here, at least you will add up something to make up what you have spent on the way.
That's true.
But now it's not like that any longer. Since it's not like that, why have they not reduced the prices? the prices still remain up, and it kept going up on daily basis. So it's not the president a problem. Yes, price regulation is the responsibility of government. But you cannot just go to regulate price when you don't have total control of these marketers. Okay. You don't have total control of the marketers, because they will tell you, are you the one who gave me money to start my business?
That's true.
Do you know how I got my money to start the business? So I am putting the price based on what I got from the market. So you don't have to checkmate this price increase. Is terrible. It will be very hard. But Nigerians will have to talk to ourselves. The president, if possible, they have to call on let's say the Minister of Trade and Investment, if she can call the heads of some of these areas, if they can call them together, because they have union. Call the union, negotiate with the union to see how they will talk to their members, and to see the problem, the plight of Nigerians, and then possibly bring the prices down. If that is not done, the price will keep going up. So without regulation, they can't regulate it. It's bad.
Okay. All right, let's talk about Yahaya Bello's 80 billion naira money laundering. The federal government has placed a watch list on Yahaya Bello, and also they've alerted the immigration, that's the DSS, concerning this money laundering issue. And that this morning we have a Nigerian Immigration Service headquarters, a memo from them. Let's see the memo. Okay. The member says, I am directed to inform you that the above named person has been placed on watch list. Suffice to mention that the subject is being prosecuted before the Federal High Court, Abuja, concerning conspiracy, breach of trust, and money laundering via the ref letter here. Now, please accept, as always, the Comptroller General warmest regards and esteem. That's a memo from the Nigerian Immigration Service headquarters. Richard, concerning this money laundering, what do you have to say about it? What's your reaction?
Like I said, some days ago that I was on this channel, I told Nigerians, what Yahaya Bello is doing is bringing terrible shame to especially those of us who are younger ones coming up. When Yahaya Bello came on board as governor of Kogi State, he was seen as one of, not just seen, he was the youngest governor among all the governors at his time. And almost everyone who were young that time, very young like him, all of us, we were looking at him, looking up to him to see how we will emulate him.
Right,
but as it is now, the shame is not just to Yahaya Bello, but to all youth in Nigeria. And now we may not have that boldness to stand before our elders to say, please give us the opportunity.
All right, let's
that is my fear.
Let's take this call. Let's take this call before we continue. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. All right. Join the conversation. Welcome.
Yes, let me talk about the price, the food stuff price hike of it. Okay. You see, if happens that wants to walk over distance, let's take for instance, how much are we buying a liter of gas today? You can't transport yourself from here maybe to Maiduguri, costing you at the rate of maybe 15,000. Coming back is 15,000, making 30,000. The goods you are going to buy, the transport fare increase. Maybe one bag before you used to pay around that time 1,000 naira per bag or 2,000 naira. And now you are bringing a bag about 3,500 naira. All these things, in fact, they can't do anything about the traders unless the federal government look into the price hike of petroleum products, more especially the fuel gas. If those issues are not rectified, then let them just forget about everything. They knew quite okay that they are causing the whole pains upon the poor masses, which they know. Because we, the poor masses, we know actually that the House of Assembly, the presidency, and the National Assembly, they don't know the price of food that they eat. Theirs is just to bring and dump. They don't go to the market to buy.
That's true.
Let that be aside. Then in terms of Yahaya Bello, you see, if you look at his election from the initial stage, His election was the first election that was pronounced that a helicopter was flying in the air, shooting periodically, and nothing was done. I want to thank our president. If it were before, they don't fight their party members. If it were in the 90s, that is when democracy came upon. Our president do not fight a member of his party, whether he is corrupt or not. But I have to thank this present administration, more especially the Tinubu administration, and he himself, the president. He's the one that give an order before if all these things are not rectified, we are going nowhere. That is why each time I do ask, can we get it right in democracy? We can't get this right. Because when you repent to the ruling party today, your sins are forgiven, and the continuation of that corruption and the looting continues. And the more masses that voted in, they are still taking the brunt and the pain upon themselves. That is why each election you see, everybody wants to come up with anybody that will die, let him die and let them win the election. So at least if all these things are not done, many of them are so let me say it now, I'm not speaking of it. They can take my number, the highest thing they give me, and that is all. Even our prison Senate president, he was indicted about 500 billion of it during that time. What happens? Because he repented or he changed to the ruling party, all are gone today. But I have to remind them, this money you are not taking a penny to heaven. Neither will they bury you with 1 penny. So all the money they are accumulating, let them know. The answer to everything ends in the coffee.
That's
and
true.
the egg will eat it.
That's
Thank
true.
you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for calling.
That's a nice submission. Nice submission. Coming to Yahaya Bello issue, is abusing all the institutions of government presently, and he has presided over some of these institutions before as governor, and he has prosecuted people as sitting governor in Kogi State. So today is his turn. If he said he's clean, that he did nothing, so he has to go and clean himself.
Exactly. There's a saying that says a clear conscience fears no accusation.
Yes, why is that? Turning yourself a fugitive, which clearly shows you commit the crime. So by what he has done now so far, even if EFCC get hold of him to release him, nobody will bail him. I don't think they will grant him bail anymore, because if they should grant him bail, he will not submit himself anytime they need him in court.
That's true.
So that is another terrible, and to get hold of him, it's sure that he will be arrested. They will arrest him, but my fear now is that if he's arrested, granting him bail will be another problem. He will not be granted bail. Then definitely they will send him to jail. They will be bringing him from prison to court until either court discharge and acquit him, or they sentence him to prison and he go back to the prison again. So I think that is what is going to happen. Just like the caller said, a lot is going on across, and what is happening now is that we have all seen clearly that the only safe ground now, the only ground that is safe for every Nigerian now is politics.
Wow.
Once you make it to government, that is when you will be safe. Buying of food, you will not have any pain in buying food.
We have another caller. Let's take this call.
Hello?
Good morning. Okay, network, we lost the call.
So just like he said, it's only politicians, those of them in government now that don't feel the pain. Right. So anybody can do anything to kill whoever they will kill to ensure you get to power. And once you get to power, you don't feel whether bread is up, you don't feel whether rice price is up, price of rice is up.
Because you don't feel the brunt.
And the pressure on politics is so high in this country. Almost everyone now is honorable, down to the local communities. Every person in Nigeria now is honorable. Other professions now, they don't see it as anything. Nobody even go to school again. Politician, if you go to social media, if you go to even the different WhatsApp groups, you see discussion, political discussion, fighting about politics. Nobody is talking about same professions that will make Nigeria grow any longer. And it's full of corruption. This politics is full of corruption. Corrupt individuals that don't think about the masses. Nigeria is placed, the way God blessed this country. See India today, they are surviving because this South Indian Ocean is helping them in terms of movement of goods in the sea. China, they are succeeding because of the high sea within that zone.
Okay.
Nigeria, look at where God placed us. See the ocean from Lagos. Very smooth area where if we are producing, we can easily take our goods outside this country to other country and make it heavily in our economy.
That's true.
But we are not looking at all of those areas. A lot God has delivered to given to us on the platter of gold. But managing them is a problem. If it is population in the early late 80s to 90s, that was when China had this explosion, youth explosion. And in the whole world today, now Nigeria have that opportunity. We have serious youthful youth explosion. The highest population of Nigeria now is from the youth angle. And we are not making use of this at all. We are not making use of it at all. Look at our youth running from this country, going to other countries, Japa syndrome. It's very bad. Nigeria have to use this opportunity and make the country very strong. When it happened in China, what they did was to send some of these their youth to other countries like US, UK, all of these, most of these countries that are making it heavily. They send their youth there, give them the training. When they got the training, they will do all of them back to China. And that's why you see China where they are now. The Nigerian government no plan on how to even train, we call it human capital development, developing this youth in a way that they will come back to this country and become useful to Nigeria.
I mean, it will go a long way in terms of curbing the social.
Like now, in the whole world today, Nigeria and India, we have the highest number of a Facebook user. In the whole world, Nigeria and India. Meaning, majority of our youth, we are not busy.
All right, let's take
If we are busy, we will not be on Facebook.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Many thanks for joining us.
It's Collins. Like just the analyst was just saying.
Yeah.
Now they are talking of people that japa. Me personally, I will not japa to anywhere. Why am I saying this? I presently am in 200 level.
Okay.
Now I got to take care of myself from the ground. That is farming. About 3 days time, there is a chemical I bought last year at the rate of 1,850 naira. I bought it 3 days time, 3,780 naira. Are they encouraging us, the farmer, to make food surplus? Now the jato, that is the tank we used to hang behind. Formerly we bought it at the rate of 7,500. It's 25,000 now. Are they encouraging us? The fertilizer we used to buy at the rate of 7,500, 8,500, 10,000 naira is 30,000, 35,000 now.
Wow.
Apart from the security aspect, that we are still taking risk to go to the bush to farm. Look, there is something that this government has to do. I believe in Tinubu. If I would have opportunity just stay with him or talk with him just as we are talking now, I would tell him 3 things. Although he's older than even my father. There are sensing young people too.
Give that advice.
Tap into the older people that they will use, and it will be very important for us.
Okay.
Let all these things just be taken care of. The things are too much. Benue State, that is the food basket of the nation, come close to Benue State and buy 1 tuber of yam. We need tuber of yam that is as big as my hand now. You can't buy it less than 2,000 naira, 1,800, 1,500. So all these things have to be taken care of. Look, the farming system is taken care of. Our fuel system is taken care of. Thank God for the road network. All the companies are seriously working. I believe that. But all these aspects to cope up the hunger aspect, let chemicals and all these things that will be available to the farmers be put in place. police.
Okay.
We don't have anywhere to go to call our own. This is Nigeria, and it's our own. Will remain our own till eternity.
That's true.
The things have to be put in place. There is a statement that Abamuru made that Sunday. I will read around 8 or 9% or something of that nature. I say we are sitting on a time bomb. I pray that bomb will never explode in our time. Let them do something. The youth are eager to work. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for calling.
He spoke very well. He spoke very, very well. And that is he's challenged the Minister for Agriculture to do something. In China, I said it here, they have survived because the policy of government of China is directed towards peasantry.
Okay.
Peasant farmers, local business people. Once they channel this policy towards the rural communities, you will see poverty disappearing completely from Nigeria.
I mean, even our local product self is even expensive. Talk more of the foreign product. And the caller just said now, Benue State is the
food basket of the nation.
Foods are expensive.
Because of insecurity now, even yams are so scarce now in Benue State.
Very, very.
Yam, very, very scarce. Before, if you have 4,000 naira, you can buy up to 15 tubers of yam. But right now, in some places, 4,000 can't even give you 2 tubers. 4,000 cannot give you 2 tubers of yam. Because they are not much like before again, because a few persons who have the courage, as he said, to go to the bush to farm, they are the ones now that have the yams, and they are too limited, unlike before. That one person in the community, you have like 15-20 persons who are strong farmers, but during harvest like this, you will see yam everywhere. But now, maybe in one community, you have 2, 3, 4 persons who have that courage to go to the bush. The majority, most of them who even have that courage, they are hunters. They are hunters that can go to farm, that can go to the bush to even take care of their farm, that have the yams now in some communities. So it's a very serious problem that the president, as he said, I believe in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I know very well that with his courage, everything will pick up again in Nigeria. But these ministers, the ones that are not performing, you should sack them.
Okay.
We have too many Nigerians who can do it very competently well. You should sack them. Most of them, they are there just to make money. They are not there to serve the country at all. And majority of the ministers, you see them on Facebook, on the social media, you see them posting pictures of where some people visit them in the office. They cannot show pictures of where they have gone to the field to do anything practical for Nigerians. All
right, Richard, let's quickly talk about this electricity tariff hike. Now, from the NERC is telling us that reversing tariff increase will cost Nigeria 3.2 trillion naira in subsidy. Now, my question is, are you in support of this electricity?
They are criminals. They are criminals.
Wow.
If possible, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should come up with something that will reverse this sense of Nigerian power. To these individuals who are criminals and very wicked to Nigerians.
Okay.
This subsidy they are talking about, 3 trillion, is just to enable them get money from government and eat. It's not for anything good for us. If they can reverse that privatization that was done by the previous government, they should reverse it. Nigerians should take care of their power by themselves. They should take it back, if possible. If there is any provision of the law that will make President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to reverse the privatization of Nigerian power, you should do it.
Let's quickly take this call.
They are capitalists, criminal capitalists.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Many thanks for joining us.
Yes, let me talk about this tariff. We are even dying. You see, like in my place, Utupu here.
Okay.
Normally the house rent we used to pay is 2,000 naira per room. As I'm talking to you now, we are paying 2,500 per room for a month.
Wow.
Now that 2,500 for a year is 30,000. Instead of 24,000 increment of 6,000 because of building material increase and the rest of the both cement and the rest. Okay. Now, electricity bill we used to pay before, in each room we pay 1,000. As I'm talking to you now, because of the increase, we are paying 2,000. At times we pay 2,500. Plus house rent now, we are paying 5,000 naira. How how much do you earn as a farmer in a month? If you plant this season, you are not collecting this season. It is next season.
That's true.
We are really suffering, let me tell you. We are really suffering. This tariff of 15, I happens to know how many lepers they employed in my prison now. One is building duplex close to my farm area now because it's developing. Somebody they employed last year in NEPA that used to carry ladder is building duplex now.
Wow.
So the tariff, there is something, I don't know actually what is the meaning, what is subsidy? I want them to explain it to the nation. What exactly is that subsidy? Look, you see, it's just that I pray let God just take over because the thing has become too burden that even me personally, as I'm speaking to you now, I can't even bear it any longer. And you can't allow things to just come over you like that and you die facing things. It's not possible. Something has to be done. Since they brought this COVID-19 or whatsoever, when it came from NEPA, that is when we get to our problem. They privatize it, so people will buy share of NEPA from all this North Central. I happen to hear that it's owned by, I will not call it name, they know themselves. They are all politicians. So when they like, they increase the tariff anytime they want because they want to gain. I want, if possible, that the president will have somebody or he will be watching your program. I love this program. I love KAFTAN, more especially this program entirely. Except when I'm not around, I don't used to miss it. When I didn't comment, it's when I didn't even have a credit to come. I love this TV, and I pray God will keep all of you and make us to see things and hear things from each other.
Amen.
The thing has become so much. Let something be done about it.
Thank you very much.
Else, God knows.
No, thank you.
Like the caller said, Nigerians are in pain. Like some part in Guaripa, if you don't have a meter, a month you pay close to 80-something thousand naira. If you don't have meter. And this house rent is he talked about 2009, 2005. Their own is even better, 500 naira increment.
Yeah, compared to other places.
Like in Guaripa, 2-bedroom flat before you can get to for 1.5, 1.7, 1.8 million. Now you can't get 2-bedroom flat anywhere in Guaripa, even old building, old houses, for less than 2.5 million naira.
Wow.
Or 2.7. So the challenge is, see, if you go to the street, if you enter road now, you will see everywhere so silent, so quiet. People are inside their houses crying. Somebody sent message to me yesterday, I should send 3,000 naira to enable them. See, I nearly shed tears. Every day, text messaging from villages, from friends. It's a very terrible problem, and some of these people who are inside their houses, very quiet, and they don't want to indulge in anything criminality.
All right, Richard.
Once the bomb explodes, just like he said the Ababoro said, Nigerians we are sitting on the time bomb. Yeah. Once it explodes, no one will survive it.
All right, we'll have to let you go here. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for your immense contributions.
Thank you.